We are live. Take it away.
Hello, family. Welcome. On behalf of the People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle, we welcome you to today's program, Women's History Month in Spoken Words and Song. My name is Elise Bryant, and this is my co-host, Judy Gorman, and Ben Grosscup, our fave, Executive Director of the People's Music Network, will be doing tech for us tonight. So thank you, Ben. The mission of the People's Music Network is to sustain and grow a diverse community of performing artists, activists, and allies who use music, poetry, and other forms as a catalyst for a just and peaceful world. We recognize that within our leadership and membership, there are diverse perspectives and responses to both national and world events. And some of that likely will be reflected in the variety of music and poetry that you hear this evening. I mean, in fact, I bet you're going to hear it this evening. We invite you to listen with curiosity and appreciation, knowing that we don't all need to agree with everything someone else is singing or saying. Today's concert is planned to be about 2 hours, similar to the online song swaps that PMN sponsored throughout the COVID pandemic. And wasn't that a great relief? What a gift. Of course, please come and go as you need. Stay muted unless you're performing. Women's History Month traces its origins back to the first Women's Day March in 1909, organized by socialist women in New York City to amplify the call for women's rights and to honor the memory of the city's garment workers' strikes. 2 years later, the International Conference of Socialist Women established International Women's Day, now celebrated in over 80 countries worldwide. It's become an annual day of radical activism for women's rights and against the war. In the United States, the one-day acknowledgement was expanded into Women's History Week in 1980 and eventually became Women's History Month in 1987. So I welcome you all to this program, and our first performer is Pat LaManna, and I think that I'm supposed to do a poem first, but maybe I do the poem later, so I'll just save that. But anyway, Pat's ready, and she's going to sing to us her beautiful song, Keep Woman in Her Sphere. So let me tell you a little bit about Pat before we get going, okay? Is that okay? And Pat, you're ready, right? So Pat's from Hyde Park, New York, and she is a folk singer-songwriter whose songs cover peace, politics, religion, love, even death with a broad and sometimes humorous perspective. Pat's been with PMN for nearly 20 years, and we met in that time period and loved doing concerts on Zoom with you. That was big fun. Look forward to doing one with you in person. Pete Seeger and Sonny Oaks are among those who have praised Pat's songs. Please welcome our sister, Pat LaManna. All right, ready?
Thank you so much, Elise.
You're
It's such
welcome.
a pleasure to be here. I'd like to introduce Richard Maddox, who's going to help me on this song. This is an actual song from the women's suffrage movement. It was written in about the 1880s, and it was very popular during the women's suffrage movement. Just as today, there were rallies and demonstrations for women's suffrage, and songs were written, and very often to familiar tunes.
Moving on.
It's a 2-minute song. We have time. Okay, so here goes. Keep woman in her sphere. I have a neighbor, one of those not very hard to find, who knows it all without debate and never change their mind. I asked him, what of woman's cause? He said in tones severe,
My mind on that is all made up. Keep woman in her sphere.
I saw a ragged, tattered man forth from the grog shop come, who squandered all his cash on drink and starved his wife at home. I asked him, not woman vote? He answered with a sneer.
I taught my wife to know her place, keep woman in her sphere.
I met a thoughtful, earnest man not many days ago, who pondered deep all human law, the honest truth to know. I asked him, what of woman's cause? The answer came sincere.
You know, her rights are just the same as mine. Let woman choose her sphere.
Love it. Thank you. All right, Judy, you're on.
All right. So thank you. I would like to introduce Nancy Schimmel from Berkeley, California. Nancy is a singer, songwriter, activist, storyteller, and a member of Acapella with Marcie Boyd, Bonnie Lockhart, and Betsy Rose, who are also performing today. And please join us, Nancy Schimmel. Thank you.
Thank you. And it's so lovely to follow a suffrage song, because my mother, whose song I'm going to be singing, was born in 1900, so she grew up with the suffrage movement, and by the time she was old enough to vote, she could vote. Sometime later, she wrote this song. The internal evidence tells you when and what inspired it. It says in Coronet Magazine, June 1956, page 10, that married women are not as happy as women who have no men. Married women are cranky, frustrated, and disgusted, while single women are bright and gay, creative and well-adjusted. We don't need the men. We don't need the men. We don't need to have them round except for now and then. They can come to see us when we've got a lot of dirty dishes. Otherwise, they can stay at home and read about the White Sox. We don't care about them. We can do without them. They'll look cute in a bathing suit on a billboard in Manhattan. We don't need the men. We don't need the men. We don't need to have them round except for now and then. They can come to see us when they have tickets for the symphony. Otherwise, they can stay at home and play a game of pinochle. We don't care about them. We can do without them. They'll look cute in a bathing suit on a billboard in Wisconsin. We don't need the men. We don't need the men. We don't need to have them round except for now and then. They can come to see us when they're feeling pleasant and agreeable. Otherwise, they can stay at home and holler at the TV programs. We don't care about them. We can do without them. They'll look cute in a bathing suit on a billboard in Madagascar. We don't need the men. We don't need the men. We don't need to have them round except for now and then. They can come to see us when they're all dressed up with a suit on. Otherwise, they can stay at home and drop towels in their own bathroom. We don't care about them. We can do without them. They'll look cute in a bathing suit on a billboard in Tierra del Fuego. And I have just a little footnote, which is that line, they can come to see us when we've got a lot of dirty dishes, was originally, they can come to see us when we need to move the piano. But then she went to the National Women's Music Festival in Champaign-Urbana and saw women moving pianos all day, and she changed her tune.
Wow, that's great. Thank you, Nancy. I was like, my cheeks started hurting. I was laughing so hard. Thank you. That was great. That was really wonderful. Okay, up next is my cousin from New York City, Lindsay Wilson. And Lindsay and I met up at People's Music Network, I don't know how, before the pandemic for sure. And we've co-hosted shows together and just really had a great time. One of my favorite singers. Lindsay Wilson is a singer and songwriter who embraces issues of the heart and mind in her original music. She writes love songs, protest tunes, and lyrics of empowerment. Her musical influence includes some of the great pop, folk singers, songwriters of all time, such as Richie Havens, yay! Joan Armatrading, oh my gosh, yeah, and Joni Mitchell. But Lindsay's message is definitely all her own. You can tell that by looking at her. Okay, please welcome my cousin from New York City, Lindsay Wilson. Yay! Go, Lindsay.
My sister, my lovely sister. Thank you so much for the introduction. We don't need the men. Nancy, that's a very catchy tune. As I'm singing it at my job, it's going to slip out. I know it's going to happen. We don't need the men at the copy machine. We don't need the men. So thank you. If I get a pink slip, I'll let you know. But it's all good. Thank you, Nancy, for that great song. And thank you, Elise, for the introduction. I was going to do a song called Choices. Unfortunately, my guitar strings popped, 2 of them. And so I was in a position of doing a song a cappella, which Nancy did so well. And it's a little bit more serious. I wrote this song this month because we are being challenged by different things going on in our world. And Sudan and Haiti, of course, in Gaza. And children are being affected, right? And when children are affected, women are affected by that. So whenever I feel, downtrodden and depressed about what we're seeing on the news and hearing on the radio and speaking amongst our family and friends, I write about it and I get it out. And sometimes it's a little bit like, ugh, but it has to be said. And the question still remains as women who have children, who have wombs, whether you have children or not, how do you do it? How do you listen to this without feeling that pain? Because you have children, you have grandchildren, you have great-grandchildren. So this song I wrote called Woman. And I think it will speak for itself. Thank you for your listening ear. There is blood in the soil, woman. There is blood in the soil, woman. See how it's rising, see how it's stirring. There's blood in the soil, woman. Where are the children, woman? Where are the children, woman? Where are the children? Why are they missing? Where are the children? Woman, Where are the schools now, woman? Where are the schools now, woman? Where are the schools now? Bombs are taking them down. Where are the schools now, woman? Where are the families, woman? Where are the families, woman? Where are the families suddenly taken? Where are the families, woman? Where has the love gone, woman? Where has the love gone, woman? Where has the love gone? Hating is killing our creation. Where has the love gone, woman? Where is the outrage, woman? Where is the outrage, woman? Where is the outrage? War makes us all slaves. Where is the outrage, woman? Let us stand side by side, woman. Let us not let justice die, woman. Peace and unity protects our humanity. Let us not let justice die, woman. Let our voices amplify for the woman. The tears we shed are the tears we cry for the woman.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you. Judy? Think you're muted, Judy.
I am. Okay, unmuted. Thank you, Lindsay. That was wonderful. I would like to introduce next Rebel Voices from Seattle, Washington. Singer, songwriter, activist, member of Acapella with Marcie Boyd, Bonnie Lockhart, Betsy Rose, who are performing today, Organic Women's Chorus. Oh no, I blew it. Well, it just goes to show you a mind is a terrible thing, period.
But you are totally capturing our ambition, which would be to sing with those lovely sisters.
Well, God, it's so remarkable.
It's
Okay,
We're
so
just
thank you very much for standing by me with my messing this up. Would you please sing your music for us?
We will happily do that. Let us first acknowledge that
Please.
Lindsay's song is still reverberating.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, both in the voice in our bodies and your message in our souls, really. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay, so for the sake of brevity, we will first acknowledge that dearly beloved and dearly departed Anne Feeney is the writer of this next song. And pretty much all you need to know, because it's such a well-crafted song, is that we have two individuals pitted against each other. In one corner, we have attorney Barbara Wolfowitz. Her last name is important. And in the other is the not honorable, quite dishonorable Judge Hubert Teitelbaum. And because Susan and I live in two different places, this was previously recorded.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
Well, it happened to Barbara Wolfowitz, but it could have happened to me. Her husband's name was Jules Lobel. She had a law degree, and the clients that she served were victims of discrimination. But she joined her clients' ranks one day in the course of litigation. In the third week of a jury trial, the judge said to a witness, "I'm sick of all this Ms. nonsense. Tell me, are you Miss or Mrs.? And while we're on the subject, Barbara, let me ask you this. Just how does Mr. Wolfowitz feel about your using Ms.?" "Well, Your Honor," answered Barbara, "I guess you must mean my dad. I am a married woman, but the only name I've had from the day that I was born, although I married Jules Lobel, is Wolfowitz." "That's Wolfowitz, and I think it suits me well." Well, the Honorable Hubert Teitelbaum recoiled in indignation. What kind of man would tolerate such insubordination? "My courtroom is my kingdom, and my orders will prevail. From now on, you're Mrs. Lubin, or you'll spend the night in jail." Now, Lubin was a name the judge had pulled out of thin air. And some of you who hear this may think that was unfair. But what difference does it make if that was not her husband's surname? He might as well pick Lubin if he won't let her use her name. Well, the story hit the paper, and the ha-ha hit the fan. And all the people started asking more about this Stone Age man. Who made a jerk like that a judge? Ah, come on, who put the fix in? It was another white male millionaire, Richard Milhouse Nixon. Now you might think this story is an isolated case, but misery in the courtroom is all too commonplace. So the next time you go to vote, there's that pesky fly in the ointment. You're not just electing a president, but all of his appointments. Remember Berger and Rehnquist and Thomas and Souter and O'Connor. Oops, is that when you supported? Now there's Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Barrett. Oh, we wish had just been Borkett. Once they're in, they're there for life. So now our only choice is to protect the right to vote for all. We gotta stand up and raise our voices.
Yes. Oh. Ann Feeney Presente. You know, I thought I knew my Ann Feeney tune, but I had not heard that one before.
Oh, yes, indeed. So as the chat says, was this true? Go, Suze.
Yeah, this is a true story. And talk about where is the outrage. As a result of that, there was a lot of outrage in Pittsburgh because they heard about what happened in the courtroom. And Hubert Teitelbaum was basically shamed into handing over all his cases to somebody else and stepping down from hearing those kinds of cases anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Makes sense. And especially since Ann Feeney, great songwriter and hellraiser that she was also a lawyer in another life.
Yes.
So, no, I'm gonna take 15 seconds before we welcome our next belle of Hoboken, Marcie Boyd. which is Susan and I were once we were singing at the National Lawyers Guild conference, and we were at registration, and we're signing our name, and there are all these lines, A through Z, A through X, and B through whatever, and this woman comes up and starts to register for the conference, and her name, she gives her name as Barbara Wolowitz, and these two women next to her start jumping up and down, Barbara Wolowitz, and she was terrified of us. She had no idea why we were such fans. It was a great moment.
Great. Thank you all.
Thanks all. Bye.
Yeah. So as Janet said, our next up is Marcie Boyd. Yeah. Marcie is currently in Berkeley, California. She's been a PMN member since 1982. You go, sister. You go. And she's a singer, a songwriter, an activist, and ESL, English as a second language teacher. She's a member of La Pina Chorus and Acapella. Former member of the Syracuse Community Choir and lifelong member of, you guessed it, Janet and Susan, the Bells of Hoboken. So love that name. She divides her time between Berkeley, California, and the rural Dominican Republic. And I'd love to hear more about that. But hey, Marcie, take it away. Also, one of the producers of this concert. You ready, Marcie?
Ready.
All right.
Thank you, Elise, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you, Janet and Susan, for that Anne Feeney song, for bringing Anne and the spirit of Anne and the words and power of Anne into this concert, since she can't be here with us in person. I didn't know that song before, and I'm glad to know it. And I do have to say that whenever Janet and Susan sing, I want to join in, because for many, many years, that's what we've done. We were a trio in the New York area in the early 80s, before Janet and Susan moved out to Seattle. It became half of a group called Shays Rebellion, and then ultimately became Rebel Voices. And Janet and Susan and I get together occasionally, and we still remember our songs and our arrangements, but we have noticed that the keys have to be a little lower each time. So switching gears, I'm going to actually sing a song by Betsy Rose today, and who is also, you're going to hear from her later. My friend Harmony Grisman talks about medicine songs and writes medicine songs, and they're healing songs. And to me, this is a medicine song. This is a song that we need. And even though when you sing along on Zoom, nobody can hear you, you can hear yourself. So I really invite everyone to sing along. There's going to be a little bit of an instrumental break in the middle of the song, and I'll invite you to just speak any words that you want to add to this song. I sing for the mothers all over the earth, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers all over the earth, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. I sing for the mothers in countries at war, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers in countries at war, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. I sing for the mothers who grieve for a child, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers who grieve for a child, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. I sing for the mothers who live with regret, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers who live with regret, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. Please unmute if you'd like to add something. Just speak out what you need to say.
I'd like to sing out for the mothers in Gaza.
The mothers in Gaza.
The mothers in Gaza, the mothers in Haiti.
The mothers in Gaza, the mothers in Haiti, the mothers at the border.
The mothers in Ukraine.
The mothers
Dan.
in Tent City around the corner.
Right.
Mothers in prison.
I sing for the mothers without any home, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers without any home, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. Sing for the mothers who are finding their voice, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers finding their voice, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Marcie, that was really, really a gift. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Nancy Schimmel. Wait a minute. Did I mess it up? I did.
Yeah, Nancy already performed.
Oh, I know it. I'm so mortified. Well, it just goes to show you. Okay, so help me, Marcie. I think it is Lydia.
Lydia Adams
Thank
Davis.
you. Thank you. Forgive me, Lydia. So I'd like to introduce Lydia Adams Davis, one of the original Hudson River sloop singers, who has sung with Pete Seeger, does women's her historical performance, comes to us from New York on the Hudson, and thank you for singing for us, Lydia.
Thank you. I hope I'm unmuted.
Sound great.
Yes. Okay. I don't think I've ever said this before. That was a hard act to follow. Right? We all get to say that once or twice in our lifetimes. And that was truly beautiful. The purity of your vision and your voice and your songwriting.
Ben, can you take me off of Spotlight?
Yeah.
think it's
Okay,
Betsy
well,
Rose's song, right?
I
think that
really like seeing you on Spotlight, and I can. Okay. Charlene Leahy and Pat Lamana and myself have had this little band for some years called the Herstorians. And Pat can't be here. I'm sorry. Charlene can't be here. So I'm going to struggle through her song to represent her woman's suffrage song tonight. Lucretia Mott sailed the sea to speak out against slavery, but the rule of silence shut her down. Your voice cannot be allowed, said the all-male convention crowd. In this place a woman can't make a sound. Their hypocrisy was so absurd as they wrapped themselves in freedom's words, holding the chains of male domination. Elizabeth Stanton at her side, Lucretia vowed to turn the tide. Together they sowed the seeds of a revolution. Through chilly winds and darkest night, they held down like geese in the flight, for their sister's sake, ready to fight. In a little town near Seneca Falls, in rural upstate New York, Elizabeth and Lucretia called a meeting. 5 women in a circle having tea, yearning for equality. A woman's rights convention they would soon be needing. In 1848, in the heat of July, women and girls came from far and wide, daring to confront their state of subjugation. Elizabeth Stanton had taken the floor for the right to vote. She did implore, but the hall erupted with protest and confusion. From the back of the hall, Frederick Douglass rose. At the sound of his voice, everyone froze, wrapped in his eloquence and conviction. As a former slave, I beg you not to ignore suffrage is the root of our law, and the words they spoke would echo for generations. Through chilly winds and darkest night, they held on like geese in flight, for the sisters' sake, ready to fight. Through chilly winds and darkest night, they held on like geese in flight, for their sisters' sake, ready to fight. Brave leaders emerged to advance the cause. Truth Gage and Alice Paul, hungering in prison to amend the Constitution. After 72 years of struggle and pain, with the 19th Amendment women overcame. In August of 1920, we marched in jubilation. Through chilly winds and darkest night, we held on like geese in flight, for our sisters' sake, ready to fight. For chilly winds and the darkest night, they held on like geese in flight, for their sisters' sake, ready to fight. Now, these years later, we've made some gains, but patriarchy still remains in a constant state of war with all creation. Rising from the seeds our foremothers sowed, millions of women are coming to know that the fate of Mother Earth depends on our mobilization. Through chilly winds and darkest night, we'll hang on like geese in flight for our sisters' sake, ready to fight. Through chilly winds and the darkest night, we'll hold on like geese in flight for all our sakes, ready to fight. Chilly winds and the darkest night, we'll hold on like geese in flight for all our sakes, ready to fight. Ready to fight. Ready to fight.
Yeah. Thank you, Lydia. Is that an original Lucretia Mott hat you got on there? That's it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. It's good to meet you after all these years.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, sis. Thank you. And next up is my co-host, Judy Gorman. Yeah, Brooklyn, New York in the house. And Judy has shared stages with Pete Seeger, Harry Belafonte, Odetta, Whoopi Goldberg, Sweet Honey in the Rock, Suzanne Vega, Richie Havens, the Indigo Girls, Meryl Streep, and James Earl Jones et al. Okay? And I think we were on stage one time together at Great Labor Arts Exchange. At least that's where I met you. And been a fan ever since. Judy has sung in 49 of these United States, 13 other countries, and in 3 separate events at the United Nations. Most recent albums are Analog Girl and A Digital World. I love that. I love that. I use that all the time, Judy. I stole that. Okay. And The Rising of Us All. Please welcome our sister, Judy Gorman. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It is so lovely to see you again, Elise. I think you are one of the most radiant people and women I ever have met. So I want to say that I think it is totally inspiring that patriarchy is brand new. It's only 5,000 years. Modern humans, 200,000 years. It's 0.5% of our history. It's not natural history. It's not human nature. And it's a tiny piece of our history, so it does not have to be our destiny. And since if it is our destiny, we're toast, I think it's thrilling to know that as the great Gerda Lerner, who wrote The Creation of Patriarchy, said, our history need not be our destiny, which I stole for this song called For Women's Lives. For children to be safe, they must be wanted. For women to be whole, we must be free. There are women put in prisons, prisons put in women, but our history need not be our destiny. No, no, we won't back up. Oh, no, we won't bow down. We're standing by the water, just like that tree, and ever moving like the water. So are we here for women's lives. For women's lives, for women to be free. Para que los niños estén seguros, hay que quererlos. Para que las mujeres se canten, tenemos que ser libres. Hay mujeres en prisiones y prisiones en las mujeres, pero la historia no tiene que ser destino. Atrás ni para coger impulso. Estamos plantados por el agua como ese árbol y así como el agua siempre se mueve. Por la vida de las mujeres para que sean libres. When will we be safe in our own bodies? Free to give birth only if we choose. Church and state may legislate out of fear and out of hate, but it's women, men, and children who will lose. Our destiny, our lives hang in the balance. If we are not for women, who will be? There are women put in prisons, prisons put in women, but our history need not be our destiny. No, no, we won't back up. No, we won't bow down. We're standing by the water like that tree and ever moving like the water. So are we here for women's lives. For women's lives, for women to be free. For women's lives, for women's lives, for women to be free.
All right. Yeah, sister. For women's lives to be free. Yes. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. Okay, next up is Lucelia de Jesus. And Lucelia is from Worcester, Massachusetts, right? And she is a singer, guitarist, and activist for over 40 years. That's amazing, because I wouldn't know. You must have started when you were 2 years old. Former performer of songs and struggle, hope and liberation, and musicalized poetry. He's representative of the Latinx heritage and culture, and it provided space for the sharing of music and poetry through a venue called Tertulia Julia de Burgos. Did I mangle that too bad, or is that pretty much close to it? All right, you ready, Lucelia? Well, unmute, sister, and I would say come on down, but you're already here. At least you are at home.
All right. I need to unmute myself and remember to change another channel when I'm ready to sing.
All right.
I like to know, I didn't realize that that patriarchy is a new thing. It's pretty relatively new. So hopefully it's relatively for short-lived, right? So that was that song, that history not need to be our destiny. I like that too. So when we are here in this group for women's lives, right? That was great. Thank you so much for that, Judy. So I'm here to share Julia de Burgos with you. Julia de Burgos is a poet from Puerto Rico. She died in 1953 at the age of 39. She was a teacher and advocate for Puerto Rico's independence. And her signature poem is Yo misma fui mi ruta. I was my own route. And I'm just going to read a little excerpt of it, in a translation of it. So it says, I wanted to be as men wanted me to be, an attempt at life, a game of hide and seek with my being. But I was made of presence, as the heralds were already announcing me. In the regal parade of the old vanguard, my desire to follow men twisted away, and the homage was left waiting for me. That's just an excerpt. What I'm going to be singing today is a song called Datme mi número, one of her poems. It's almost like a premonition of her death, but it's called Give Me My Number, and the music is by Zoraida Santiago. It's almost the desperation of not being heard, but it's certainly something that we're still suffering with these days, and I think it's important to keep our voices heard. Just an excerpt in English of the song, of the poem, says, "What are you waiting for? You don't call me. Have you forgotten me among the tall grass? My most simple comrades, all the dead of the earth. You want the sun dismantled, already consumed in my arteries? You want the shadow of my shadow where not even a star is left? Give me my number, for if not, I will die after I am dead." So this is a poem about not being heard, but I think it's a powerful song and almost a premonition of her death. She died very young, and her work is very important, and I really like it, like her work. So here's the song, Dame mi número. I have to change this here. So hopefully the guitar will be heard.
¿Qué es lo que esperan? No me llaman. No han olvidado entre las hierbas mis camaradas más sencillos, todos los muertos de la tierra, porque no suenan sus campanas. Ya para el salto estoy dispuesta. ¿Acaso quieren más cadáveres de sueños muertos de inocencia? ¿Acaso quieren más escombros de más goteadas primaveras? Más ojos secos en las nubes, más rostro herido en las tormentas. Quieren el féretro del viento agazapado entre mis greñas. Quieren el ansia del arroyo, muerte, mi muerte de poeta. Quieren el sol desmantelado, ya consumido en mis arterias. Quieren la sombra de mi sombra, donde no quede ni una estrella. Casi no puedo con el mundo que azote entero mi conciencia. Dadme mi número, no quiero que este amor se me desprenda. Unido sueño que me sigue, como a mis pasos va la huella. Dadme mi número, porque así no me moriré después de muerta. So hopefully we keep the voices up and continue with the work that we're doing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gracias.
That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. I now get to introduce Lorna Gonsalves. And I am delighted that you will sing, Lorna. Lorna is a wonderful singer and describes herself as an immigrant, a mother, an educator as well, and a community worker, and studies psychology, sociology, music, art, and works with youth mobilization and social transformation. Man, that sounds glorious. Thank you so much. And she writes, I believe that art and music comes from people and allows us to dream and act simultaneously. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Judy. And Lucilia, I didn't understand what you were singing. It was rendered so powerfully, though, and I would love at some point to know the meaning of what you sang. And something that you said hit home, Lucilia. It echoes why I chose the song that I'm going to sing. I just returned from India, and I find at my age that many women who've gone before me, whose voices, as you say, must be heard, they are dying. And there's a tremendous loss, and I think one of the best ways in which I feel I can do something about it is to carry on the work. So the song I'm going to sing, the melody was composed by Johann George Ebeling and the lyrics written by Paul Gerhardt in 1666 in Germany. The song is called I Am a Poor Wayfaring Stranger. I changed the words to suit today's event. So it's called We Are All Wayfaring Sisters. We are all wayfaring sisters, struggling through this world of woe. Through our toil and through our labor, the winds of change our way will blow. We'll join hands and keep on moving, lift our voices, sing our song. We'll disrupt and we will organize. We will keep this movement strong. We know dark clouds will gather round us. We know our way is rough and steep, but we'll hang on and keep on marching, and millions will their vigils keep. Across the plains and all the mountains, through cities, towns, from sea to sea, we'll march on and keep on fighting. We'll rise up and we'll be free. We'll rise up and we'll be free.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Love. So good to see you. I think, Judy, you're introducing our next performer.
I am. So I'm very excited to introduce Bev Grant. Besides what a giant Bev is as a musician and a political activist, Bev is a big part of how come I'm a singer and how I'm a singer. When I was coming out of the closet as a musician, I went to see Bev and I said, that's where I want to go. That's what I want. And there's something like wanting something vague and then seeing it and hearing someone in front of you makes a huge difference. Bev is a veteran social activist, feminist, photographer, choral director, singer-songwriter, and a 2017 Joe Hill Award winner from the Labor Heritage Foundation for her contribution as a cultural worker, an honor shared with recipients Pete Seeger, Hazel Dickens, Utah Phillips, Charlie King, Anne Feeney, and many others. She's just such a giant. Bev received the 2017 ASCAP Foundation Jay Gorney Award for her song We Were There, celebrating women's labor history. The Jay Gorney Award is judged by a professional panel based on its message of social conscience, social significance, as well as its overall craft, artistry, compositional elements, all of which Bev Grant has in spades. Please, go Bev.
Thank you, Judy. And Lorna, that was beautiful. Wayfaring Stranger, which was the melody that was based on, I don't know which was first, was a song, one of the first songs I sang as a child, I think. I had a Burl Ives songbook and remember learning that song. So that's a haunting melody, and you sang it beautifully. Thank you. So I'm going to be, it's kind of, this is probably the most appropriate song in my repertoire to do at this event. And it's called We Were There, and it's about women's history, women's labor history. And I wrote it back in the mid-90s, I think, when I was in the process of developing a show on women's labor history. And it became, I wanted to do a song called We Were There based on a women's history book by that title, written by Barbara Wertheimer. And so I'm going to play a video that I made of the song, which is representative of this larger show called We Were There that is available on my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. And Ben, I guess you can start the video.
We have plowed and we have planted, we have gathered into barns, done the same work as the men, with babies in our arms. But you won't find our stories in most history books you read. We were there, we're still here, fighting for the things we need. We were there in the factories, we were there in the mills, we were there in the mines, and came home to fix the meals. We were there on the picket line, we raised our voices loud. It makes me proud just knowing we were there. From the textile mills in Lawrence to the sweatshops in New York, from the fields in California where our children had to work, we fought to make a living. Bread and roses was our pride. Though they jailed and beat our bodies, our spirit never died. We were there in the factory, we were there in the mills, we were there in the mines, and came home to fix the meals. We were there on the picket line, we raised our voices loud. It makes me proud just knowing we were there. We were Polish, we were Irish, we were African and Jew, Italian and Latina, Chinese and Russian too. They tried to use our differences to split us all apart, but the pain we felt together touched the bottom of our heart. We were there in the factories, we were there in the mills, knowing we were there. We are teachers, we are doctors, we are cooks and engineers, letter carriers, truck drivers, conductors and cashiers. We operate machinery, we fly the airplanes, and we help to build our unions. We got struggle in our veins. We were there in the factories, we were there in the mills, we were there in the mines and came home to face the field. We were there on the picket line. We raised our voices loud. I'm so proud of just knowing we were there. We were there. We were there for mine. Came home to fix the field. We were there on the picket line. We raised our voices loud. Proud, just knowing we were there. And our struggle keeps on growing. I'm so proud, just knowing we were there.
Yes, timeless and right on time. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever sung this song in a public. Have you ever appeared in Bev's show? We were there. Raise your hand. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Bev. Thank you so much. Thank you, sister. We're gonna back up just a bit and catch up with our sister Betsy Rose. Betsy, you're up next. And Judy, you want to do the introduction?
I would especially love to.
Okay.
So, along with Bev, you, Betsy, have been a very special inspiration to me and very much changed and shaped my life as a musician and as a person. I recorded 2 of your songs and your wonderful song that I sang in all over this country, all over other countries. And always I was very proud to give credit because I am so actively grateful that you wrote it. So I'm thrilled that you're here, but besides me talking about me, let me say that this is so mortifying. You know, this has been damn. Help me.
You good?
Help me, Elise. My notes for
You
Betsy
want here?
gone to
Let
hell in a handbasket. Help me.
Elise, do you have it, or should I jump in?
I got it.
Okay, awesome.
Betsy Rose from Berkeley, California. And Betsy was part of the ragtag team of singers and activists who launched PMN in its earliest years. You go, sister, yeah. And became a vital part of her musical life as she grew and matured as a musician, songwriter, activist, song leader. What a training ground the conferences of PMN were for her. And as she said, what a community I was blessed to belong to. Well, fast forward decades of public singing and touring, and anyone remember Kathy Winter and Betsy Rose, moved to California and shifted gears in some ways, integrated more spirituality, Buddhist, Earth Center, gradually less performing and more song leading and song circle creation. Gave birth to her son, Matt, at age 1, expanded musical life to include parenting, conferences, and supporting midwives through song. That's a wonderful thing. And she's released 7 CDs so far. There's more to come. With Bonnie Lockhart, Hallie Hammer, yay, and Nancy Schimmel, and Leslie Hasberg launched Acapella during the Occupy movement. I remember it, I loved it. And to this day, the group sings on at marches, demos, and more. Her current new life passion is birth work. She now works as a doula, and songs continue to thrive in many ways through her work and with constant inspiration from the many political upheavals and ongoing climate disaster. She's really glad to reconnect with this community after the many years of absence. Welcome back, Betsy Rose.
Oh my gosh, Elise, thank you so much. Wow, I'm just thrilled to be here. What a wonderful program. Thank you, Bev. That was so stirring. I just got choked up. It was so triumphant and victorious and grounded and real. Thank you so much. And I could just say something about every artist, but I won't, because time is limited. But I'm inspired. I'm moved. And Marcie, thank you for singing the Mother's Song. Oh my God, I think I wrote that for International Women's Day a number of years ago. So what I want to sing tonight is a song from my international journey that I did in 2016, where I took a backpack and a guitar and I went through Asia and Africa. It took me about a year and a half to set this up, but I was singing in grassroots and village areas, primarily with women, and I was really on a quest, a mission to understand power, the incredible power of women from the global south who have overall much fewer of the obvious privileges that global north women do, and yet we're doing such remarkable work. And I wanted to understand that kind of power. I don't know if I understand it or not, but wow, do I respect it. So came back and Trump got elected, and then the Me Too movement broke open, and this song rounded out my experience with the women and bringing it home to Me Too. It's called One Day You'll Know. You see me at the marketplace, my baby's around my feet, your pennies for a bag of fruit, that's one more day we'll eat. You see me at the brothel, 200 shillings, make it short. You see me with your judging eyes, you never see my worth. Do you know I have dreams? Do you know I have wings? One day you'll know. You see me at the office, you joke and touch and tease. You promise that promotion for a little late night squeeze. But how little is a little? And why should I weigh the cost? How can a woman measure what she'll gain and what she's lost? Do you know I have dreams? Do you know I have wings? One day you'll know. You see me scrubbing toilets and changing dirty sheets, hustling your ham and eggs or hustling the streets, or standing by the water cooler laughing with the rest, swallowing that burning coal of anger in my chest. Do you know what we'd say if we knew we were safe? Do you know what we've lost? Do you know what it cost? Do you know we have dreams? Do you know we have wings? One day you'll know.
Bravo. Oh, brava. Thank you so much, Betsy.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Elise.
Wow.
You know what? Can I do something out of turn, because I have almost 30 more seconds. based on what Judy said about patriarchy, I just want to share this very short poem that I wrote recently called Gravity. Okay? I'm just going to do this. It's going to take just a second. Patriarchy is sort of like gravity. They both hold us down. But gravity protects us, is a force of nature, effortless, non-negotiable, unchanging. Patriarchy, on the other hand, suffocates life, is not a force of nature, is not inevitable, takes real effort to maintain, collapses under its own weight, is nearly extinct. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Betsy. Okay, we're going to move along because I've been told that we're behind schedule. And we got so many more beautiful songs to come. So I'm going to move ahead and introduce Sarah Pearl. Did I say the last name right? Sarah?
Hi, Elise.
Well,
Yes.
Thank you. Good to see you, sister, from Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts. 1982. Their website goes directly to Hope Sing, the collection of 75 songs. With that, Sarah, I'm going to turn it over to you. You can say what you see, and then we're going to move it along. Yes?
First of all, I want to thank you, Betsy, for that poignant, beautiful song. Every year at Round Robin, I always looked forward to what you were going to be singing. And thank you for your poem, too. So, this song is about Matilda Jocelyn Gage. And I was inspired by this book. I think you'll be excited to learn about who she was. The book talks about how it was the Haudenosaunee who really inspired the white women. And she was called by Gloria Steinem as the woman who was ahead of the women who were ahead of their time. In fact, she exposed sex trafficking. She exposed sexual abuse of women by priests. And she was so involved in supporting Native treaty rights that she was adopted into the Wolf Clan of the Mohawk Nation. Matilda Jocelyn Gage, stepping up to the stage, your eyes clear and fixed. You were just 26, National Women's Rights Convention, youngest speaker, strong intention. You were the woman who was ahead of the women who were ahead of their time. You organized a demonstration at a well-known location, the Statue of Liberty, the greatest hypocrisy. When the statue was first unveiled, your chartered boat set sail, and you crashed the procession. Your banner spoke this lesson: it's an outrage for a woman to stand for liberty. It's sarcasm that mocks this real century, where not one single woman in the length of this land could own property, protect herself, hold justice in her hand. I just want to shine your light. I just want to say your name. I just want to bring you back so people hear your voice again. You're shouting at the edge of the world, and I want you heard. I want you heard. You said votes are not enough. You stood up loud and tough, kept daring, duck the hate. Your writing spread women, church, and state, called out the church for its oppression. You turned to Mohawk women for their lesson, unbossed, unbought, and unconfined. You were the woman who was ahead of the women who were ahead of their time. Today I wear a mask. It's not made of cloth. It's made of the lies I bought. I take it off and hear you shouting at the edge of the world. We want you heard. just want to shine your light. I want to bring you back and let your words ricochet. No woman may be attacked. I want to have you recognized. We look you in the eyes, leading us toward what must be done, holding us through battles yet to come. You were the woman who was ahead of the women who were ahead of their time. You knew Native women shine this light. You spoke out for Native rights. Mohawk sisters saw you true. They gave a name to you, your name, she who holds the sky. Your name shows your spirits fly. You are shouting at the edge of the world, and you are heard. You are heard. You are heard.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. That was beautiful. I love original work. And thanks it tells a story of her story that we would not hear anyplace else except here, right here, right here. PMN, Women's History Month concert. Thank you so much. Next up is Angie Whitehurst. And Angie is one of my DC sister cousins. We've been hanging out for years. She's she's an artist. She's a vendor in the Street Sense Media. I think she's one of the founder members of the Black Workers Chorus here in DC, and just a strong advocate in so many ways. Hey, Angie, how you doing, sis? You gonna unmute? Okay, it's coming. All righty. So, Angie, you're bringing a song to us?
Angie, you're still muted.
Yeah, you're still muted, sis.
Unmute myself. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, and gonna say those are fabulous earrings. Okay.
Oh,
so what you bringing? What you bringing tonight?
Poems. No
All right.
music. Next time I might have some music. The first poem is called Woman. W.O.M.A.N. W is wonderful internal peace, embracingly calm enough to survive and keep it going. O, open ears wanting, waiting to hear all stories from far and near. Happy, scary, exciting, boring, a global warming welcome is found in the woe man's ear. M, mature, non-condemning discernment, no self-righteousness, only the unbiased, harmless wisdom shared. A, admirable of humanity and all that is good, as all human life should take doable action to be. N, now, here, and present, and will be in the future, bearer, rearer, nurturer, and friend for all human life to grow, learn, reap, and share in generations down the line, up line, to come and be there. My existence defined, I am woman, and I hear you. That's the first poem. And let's see, the second poem is sort of like a monologue, and it's called Poem on Broke, Rags to Riches. Rags man said, everybody's broke and trying to get back to afloat. They all think I have money. My car's my honey, ain't no cash here. Savings account, none there. Either you have it or it is zero in the bank. It's gone before it gets there. Saving money does not make money. Only the poor feel that blow. The copay for 5 prescripts are 51s. Eggs, bread, milk, and oatmeal. Will it be refilled? Choice of food to eat or pills to keep happy and sleep? Rich woman said, maybe cash broke, sinful no. My heart is calm, feeling real good. My soul is content, full of strength. My mind is sane, logical, and plays no games. I am the woman. I am rich. I am strong. The end.
Or just the beginning. Okay.
Just the beginning.
Because if you like that, Angie, thank you so much. Woo! All right, sister. Thank you. We need that spoken word right about now. So next up, and thank you for keeping it short with the intro too, Angie. Everybody else, we're gonna ask y'all to keep it short because we're gonna move right along here. But we really want to take our time to enjoy each poem, each story, each song, right? Okay. So next up is Hannah Zara, who I believe is hanging out there with Sarah in Sherborne Falls, Massachusetts. Am I right? Hey, sis, how you doing?
We're here together.
Yeah. So you write songs, you think music is one of the great gifts of the earth? What else can open the heart this way? You're on, and thank you for being here.
Thanks so much. And Bev, I absolutely loved what you had to say. That was gorgeous. I especially loved I am rich. Thank you. So I was gonna play one song, but now I'm actually gonna play a different song because when I walked in the door at Sarah Pirtle's house, she had a sign that said, "This is a low pressure, high compassion space." And I thought, this is a low pressure, high compassion space. So I'm gonna play a brand new song that I wrote. And it's about a true event that happened with somebody who's a huge inspiration to me, my great-great-grandmother, Grandma Helen. And the way that I'm going to weave it into the night, first of all, it's about a very inspiring woman. She was an incredible woman. And also, just the fact that women have been property for so long, I think, makes us particularly in tune with how disgusting the notion of property is. So I'll just leave it at that and play this song. The year was 1968, a farmhouse down in South New Jersey. Helen at the breakfast table, opening the daily paper. And the tears were salt, as all tears are, the eyes that held them, wise as one who lived through 7 occupations and had to flee with all she owned. The old world daughter of a rabbi, firm in conduct and in word, she said, "This is not what we as Jews do. Tikkun olam means heal the world. And you who hold a precious future, you without a claim to lay, blessed are we without a country. Look what having takes away." The year was 2023. The farmhouse stands in South New Jersey. My relatives prepare the meal. I try to tell them how I feel. And we cannot see eye to eye. Oh, I, the modern rebel daughter, eating now the bitter herb. My heart a lamb, this world a slaughter. Oh, and I who hold such a precious future, I without a claim to lay, blessed am I without a country, saying, "Look what having takes away." My father is much prouder now. than the bearded, backpacked man who left his life for the kibbutz to see the world and work the land. Now with a family, a house, a business, notions about what is his, I must confess, I see the danger. We grow and gain things to defend, but he'll remember, heart a tatter, a morning back in '68, his grandma at the breakfast table crying as she read the paper. So you hold such a precious future, you without a claim to lay. Blessed are we without a country. Just look what having takes away. Oh, we who hold a precious future, we without a claim to lay. Blessed are we without a country. Just look what having takes away. Just look what having takes away. Would you just look what having takes away?
Thank you. Thank you for sharing an original right here in the moment, inspired by what you felt, sister. Yes, yes, yes. That's what this is all about. That's what PMN is all about. Blessings to you. Next up is the diva of divine hip hop. Some people call it Dog, Lone Wolf. Okay. Am I right? Yeah. Jen Dog's up next. Yeah, girl. I see. Wait, are you on the train? Get out of here. Okay, all righty. Well, here's Jen Dog, is a two-spirit Black native photographer, hip hop MC, multidisciplinary artist on the train, y'all. Where are you? Like, out there, the book.
In a semi-truck, where are we? Amarillo, Texas.
Amarillo, Texas. Ooh, okay. Go ahead, sister. Be that way. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to you, Jen Dog. You know we're running late, so get with it and give it to us.
Hey, thank you, Hannah. That was really beautiful and moving. And some of those words, I would love to read that. I would love to read that song, that story.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was still muted. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ben, go ahead and roll the video.
Well, in the meantime, this is a remake of Walter Robinson's Harriet Tubman song.
Thank you, Jen Dog.
Come on up, I built this lifeline. On the come up, this train is yours and mine. We on the come up, I got the lifeline. Come on up, this train is with you and mine. Harriet Tubman, named herself for sure. Put the pedal to the metal, Underground Railroad. She built a lifeline. She built a lifeline. Kindred, one night I dreamt a nightmare. I was in slavery, sorrow and despair. All I saw, nothing was saving me or easing my mind. Went out of the night, a true queen, larger than life, led a crew by moonlight. First mate, she hollered, pointing her hand. Everybody make room for this free African. We travel hundreds of miles, foes gather town to town. We unbound and set free those who were lost and found. Come on up, I built this lifeline. On the come up, this train is yours and mine. We on the come up, I got the lifeline. Come on up, this train is with you in mind. Harriet Tubman named herself for show. Put the pedal to the metal, Underground Railroad. She built a lifeline. She built a lifeline. Firmly on shifting sand, she helped me stand when I fell by the wayside and I didn't know how to land. When my heart grew weak, she gave me her hand. That was my lifeline. Through her I speak. Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman. Come on up, I built this lifeline. On the come up, this train is yours and mine. We on the come up, I got the lifeline. Come on up, this train is with you in mind. Harriet Tubman named herself for show. Put the pedal to the metal, Underground Railroad. She built a lifeline. She built a lifeline. Who are the children all dressed in red? We are the souls Black Moses led. Who are the souls all dressed in red? We are the children Black Moses led. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place. I go to prepare a place. I go to prepare a place for you.
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, thank you, Jen Dog. Thank you. That is beautiful.
Love all y'all out there. Thank you. Beautiful to see y'all.
All righty. And next up is Lucy Murphy. If you are doing something and you're about something in Washington, D.C., if you don't know Lucy Murphy, then you really ain't about nothing, okay? I'm going to just tell you straight up. Because Lucy is it. She is the nexus of the cultural, political scene in Washington, D.C. Lucy, thank you, sis. You're on.
Thank you, Elise. And thank you, Jen Dog. And Jen Dog, I want to know if you found Walter Robinson, because I've been looking for that boy. And you know, I even asked people who've sung his song years ago, and they don't have his contact information. So, you know, you have to, if you got it, you got to let me have it.
All right, I got an email address for him. I'll send it to you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, because I sing the old song, the old version of the song. But anyway, let me get to what I'm doing right now, and that is thinking about is tax time, income tax time. And what are our dollars going to? Are our dollars going to single payer health care? Are they going to homes for all? No. They're going to kill little innocent children and women in Gaza and other places. So I thought, you know, the most, for the women in Gaza, the best song I could offer this evening is Palestine by Matt Jones, formerly of the SNCC Freedom Singers. So Ben Grosscup, if you would just let the song roll.
If you think of the Middle East in this modern time, you can't help but say the word Palestine. People there have lost their land. Some have lost their home. They live in other countries. Their freedom almost gone. Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. There seems to be no answer to give us the reason why people cannot live, so no one has to die. We've got to take a stand for freedom, take a stand for truth, take a stand for justice. That's what we've got to do, 'cause Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. People there are rich, people there are poor. Some have education, so what are they fighting for? Fighting for their freedom, fighting for their land, fighting for their children. Let's help them take a stand. Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. People of all countries, of every race and creed, we need a new beginning. Let us plant the seed. Plant the seed of love. Let that love seed grow. Plant the seed for everyone, so all the world will know that Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love. Palestine needs her freedom. Palestine needs our love.
Yes. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Palestine needs our love. Cease fire now. All righty. Okay. Well, next up is a favorite of both the People's Music Network and the Great Labor Arts Exchange, and winner of Best Song Contest. I don't know how many times, 3-4 times now. Colleen Catal, you there?
I'm here.
Are you ready, sister?
I am. Oh my God.
Go
So
ahead.
thank you. Just two things. I'm on the occupied land of the Haudenosaunee, and here in Central New York. And just thank you to all the incredible organizers for this event. So I really appreciate it. And I'm going to sing a new song. I invite you to. It's very kind of repetitive, anthemic, in a way. I was wrote it with the Syracuse Community Choir in mind. It's going to be arranged for that. And I wrote it like at a kind of a low point, just kind of so down and, about what's going on and happening. So I wrote this song. And because an old friend of mine, Hafez Gomez from Colombia, told me a long time, who saw a lot of violence, and he decided, he's a painter, a wonderful painter, Hafez Gomez. And, he stopped painting about the sorrows and started painting of what ought to be, So this is what ought to be. And it's called I Will Rise, There's many songs called I Will Rise, but this is adding to the collection, and then it changes to we, so you can repeat that chorus, you know, that refrain, I mean. I will rise like the golden sun of morning. I will rise. I will rise to greet the new day dawning. I will rise like a cool, clear river, nourished by the mountain stream. I will rise like I am realizing Martin's dream. I know how bad it is, how the poor stay poor, how the rich stay rich, how the beauty is strafed with weapons of war, how the greedy take and take while the earth is torn, how the planet burns, how many species are gone. I don't need more trauma to make me numb. I will rise like the cicada in the sun. I will rise. I will rise. The ancestors guide me on by my side, and all our differences will make the rain to heal the wounded land, and form a chain with all of life, every being hand in hand. We will rise in love, we will rise in peace, we will rise in justice and equality. We will rise with respect for our earth and home. Rise up knowing we are not alone, and you and I will sing our freedom songs. We will rise up, all of us, everyone, yeah. We will rise like the golden sun of morning. We will rise to meet the new day dawning. We will rise like cicadas are singing in the sun. We will rise knowing we are not alone. We will rise far beyond our crazy grief. We will rise in justice and in peace. We will rise. We will rise. We will rise. We will rise.
Well, right, okay. I love you. I'm now president of Colleen North branch of your fan club. Okay.
And I want to say, Lucy, thank you so much for that beautiful piece, because I was singing the melody, and the way you interpreted it was so beautiful and so needed now. And I'm going to be singing that song, and hoping we can do it in choir too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Colleen. Thank you. All right, next up is Barbara Discant. Barbara, how you doing? You ready, sister? Yeah, I know, because I got to move along. We might run a little bit over, y'all, maybe 10 minutes. I hope you will stay with us, because every song is worthy, and every artist here deserves the time and attention you get. Barbara,
Hello.
you're ready. I know your You enhance other musicians and duos and ensembles. You enjoy generous helping of joy and humor in the midst of it all. You can take it
That's
away,
what I'm
Barbara. It's all
doing.
yours.
And also, in addition, I was asked sort of to do this as an uplift, but in addition, I want to express the hope that all children, once they're born, all children have the of and the wherewithal to grow up well, just beautifully. And I want to extend that hope and solidarity to all of the children of the world, which, that's sort of what I want to say with the song in addition. And this is essentially how I felt when I was pregnant, and sort of how it was. It's called Tap Tap. Up in the morning and what do I see? A big fat belly and a funny looking knee. I think about some fanciful scheme when something comes to change the scene. I feel tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, roll. I'm sharing this body with another soul. It goes tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, slide. A wiggle and a squiggle full of love inside. Watch my navel boogie up and down, ripples on the tummy swirling all around, jerk left, swoosh right, wobble everywhere. I wonder what that child is doing in there to go tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, roll. I'm sharing this body with another soul. It goes tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, slide, a wiggle and a squiggle full of love inside. Walk with a waddle and lamb with a plop, can get stuck in turnstiles and pee a lot. The emotional roller coaster is quite a deal, but it's hard to stop laughing sometimes when I feel that tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, roll. I'm sharing this body with another soul. It goes tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, slide, a wiggle and a squiggle full of love inside. To come, we're going to share a lot. Joys, loves, and troubles, and who knows what. Lessons to take and lessons to give, but I'll never forget as long as I live that tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, roll. I'm sharing this body with another soul. It goes tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, slide, a wiggle and a squiggle full of love inside. After the baby was born, this was the song. I get up in the morning and what do I see? A newborn baby nursing on me, close to 7 pounds of beautiful kid. And I still can't figure out what he did to go tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, roll. I share this body with another soul. It goes tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, slide, a wiggle and a squiggle full of love inside. It went tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, roll. I shared this body with another soul. It went tap tap, ping ping, clunk clunk, slide, a wiggle and a squiggle full of love inside, and a wiggle and a squiggle full of love outside.
Yes. Okay. Say it's got to be a first. I mean, between me and that's the first birth mother song in women's history being performed here tonight. Thank you, Barbara. Wow. That's just
my pleasure. Much love to you. And by the way, Colleen, I Will Rise is a song I'm going to be singing to myself many times. I forgot to mention that. And it's another song that I feel like I can sing it when I feel down and disgusted and just whatever. It's to sing then. I just wanted to share that with you too, Colleen. I didn't at the beginning.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
And I want to thank my lovely son for Eric for growing up to be a wonderful, responsible young man, by the way. That was written about him a long time ago.
Okay.
I want to dedicate it to him too. He did a good job.
All right. All righty. Next up is Joni Kalem. Hey, Joni. Joni is also doing the concert, musician, singer, songwriter, storyteller, disability awareness artist, all that in a bag of chips. Joni, it's all yours.
Not chips. They're bad for your cholesterol. Okay.
No, I'm talking about whole grain, natural chips.
There you go. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. So this song is called Peacemaker Shiro. And it is about a woman named Yocheved Lifshitz. Some of you may have heard of her. She was in the second set of hostages that were taken from Kibbutz Nir Oz on October 7th in Israel. They were taken into Gaza. And she became very famous and infamous, depending on what side of politics you fell down on, because she didn't behave the way some people assumed a hostage should have behaved when she was released. There's a very powerful video of her that you could go find, and this song will talk about that video, talk about what happened in that video. As she walked away, she turned around, reached out to him who'd kept her bound, reached out and said, "May peace be found for all of us living on this bloody ground." How could she? Why would she? Peacemaker, rodefet shalom. Her long life dedicated to humanity. She looked through that fence and did not see the other side as an enemy. If only we would let each other be. How could she? Why would she? Peacemaker, rodefet shalom. Kidnapped, scared, beaten, and in pain, marched for miles in clothes that bore the stains of a day from hell. Who is to blame? Hatred is like the worst runaway train. How could she? Why would she? Peacemaker, rodefet shalom. Later when they asked her why she shook his hand, she shrugged and said, "That's how we'll heal this land." For those in charge, her words stung like desert sand. You failed, you lied, this is your forever brand. How could she? Why would she? Peacemaker, rodefet shalom. A lifetime of bridge building doesn't stop for war. A lifetime of truth telling doesn't stop for war. A lifetime of peacemaking doesn't stop for war. Peacemaker, rodefet shalom. Peacemaker, rodefet shalom. Peacemaker, rodefet shalom. Peacemaker, rodefet
Shalom.
Thank you, Joni. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to all the peacemakers. Thank you for celebrating. There's a question in the chat room about her name. So just check that out, Joni. All righty, moving along. We only got 3 more left, y'all. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. So with that, I'm gonna introduce my good sister, Mara Levine from Edison, New Jersey. She's one of the best singers of her generation, so Christine Lavin, and she crafts songs with inherent beauty and with the glittering brilliance that's also reflected in the jewelry that she makes, which is a big seller all the time when we have it at the Great Labor Arts Exchange. So Mara, you're up, you're on, sister, take it away. You are there, aren't you, Mara? Oh, yeah, I'll move. All right, so I'm read some more bio.
Introduce the video.
Mara, you gonna introduce your video?
She's saying no.
No.
She's
Okay,
just
we're going
saying
straight to the video.
Go straight to the video.
All right, here we go.
Nope. Sorry.
No.
Maybe Mara
All
can't
right.
unmute, Ben. Is there a way to let her unmute?
Oh, I just know what's going on.
Okay. He's gonna unmute you, Mara.
Try it again, Mara. Okay, well, let's play the video and she can explain it afterwards.
Okay, cool beans. That'll work.
Beggars' blocks and blind man's fancy, Boston corners and beacons light, broken stars and buck-eyed blossoms blooming on the tree of life, quilted by the lantern light, every stitch a leaf upon the tree of life. Stitch away, stitch away. Hattie's choice, Wheel of Fortune, and High Hosanna, Indiana, Hills and Valleys, Sweetwood Lily, Heart's Delight, the Tale of Benjamin's Kite, Hummingbird, Hovering Gander, and Honeysuckle, Oleander, blooming on the tree of life, quilted by the lantern light, every stitch a leaf upon the tree of life. Stitch away, stitch away. Tree of life, quilted by the lantern light, every stitch a leaf upon the tree of life. Stitch away, stitch away. We're only known as someone's mother, someone's daughter, someone's wife, but with our hands and with our visions, we'll make the patterns on the tree of life, quilted by the lantern light, every stitch a
leaf upon the tree of life. Stitch away, stitch away.
Yes, Mara, please talk to us.
Sorry for the confusion, guys. I have two devices on because the laptop often we don't have internet reception, so I wanted to make sure I could be here. First, I wanted to say that I thought that Joni's song was extremely powerful, and what an important message about having people who have peacemaking in mind at all times. Otherwise, we will never have peace. So I really appreciate that song being shared very, very much. Thank you, Joni. Very important. And then about this song, it was written by Eric Peltonimi. It was written for a play called Plain Hearts, Songs and Stories of Midwestern Women, which featured a variety of scenes and songs celebrating the lives of pioneer women in the early 1900s. And as you could see, the video featured quilting. It was all about quilt blocks, quilting stitches, and women. And I wanted to incorporate images of women from different cultural traditions, time periods, quilts with different social messages and different, again, cultural themes. And I did all the research to find the quilt blocks named in the song and then do the artwork to bring them to life using Paint Shop Pro and a beautiful quilt called Tree of Life by Davina Martin. And I was able to use the fabrics on her quilt to clone those fabrics to make those quilt blocks, and Hilary Fox song helped me make the border. And Caroline Catronio sang with me, Hilary Fox song sang, Ed Trickett on hammer dulcimer, and John Guth on bass. I just wanted to acknowledge everyone and thank you folks for inviting me and for such a wonderful evening. A wonderful evening. Thank you so much. I'm honored to take part.
Thank you, Mara. Beautiful. All righty, we're moving right along here. Bonnie Lockhart, you're up next. Good sister, you ready? Oh yeah, you're ready. You've been ready, right? So I'm gonna let you go. Bonnie, and I'm shifting through papers and see if I can find your bio real quick, but I don't want to hold this up. So why don't you go, Bonnie, and I'll dig it up and have it when we end. Okay?
Sure.
All righty, thank you. Oh, I just found it real quick. Oakland, California. Singer, songwriter, educator, performer, leading and singing at rallies and demonstrations, a cappella. There you go, Bonnie.
It's really great to be here. I want to say, Mara, that was so beautiful, and you really matched the really beautiful performance and arrangement of that song with a video, and that was a very high bar to get both of those so powerful, and it's really nice to enter into my singing with the good feelings of that song. Just really appreciate it a lot. So this song is called Care. I wrote it during almost exactly 4 years ago during the first weeks of the pandemic. And, it became really obvious how dependent we all are on care that we give to each other, and the care workers that were so vital and are so vital and so underpaid and under compensated and appreciated. And so this song came out of those feelings, and I wanted to sing it today because I think for me, and I know I'm not alone, the feminist movement was an awakening for me of understanding the importance of care and the importance of women's care that has been so unrecognized through the history of patriarchy, which we were reminded isn't forever, but that it was just so important to me to value that work of care that I and others were sharing, and to love myself and others who were doing that work, and to value it even if it's not valued the way we need it to be, and we're working to make it so. So this is Care. these times I see just what matters to me. And just what matters to me is care. Care for young spring leaves. Care for my aging knees. Care for the ones I love. Please keep them safe. And I cannot put a number on my love of life on earth, but it's high time to remember what it's worth. When we couldn't go out, could there be any doubt? Could there be any doubt that we need care? Care for the heart that aches. Care for the body that breaks. Care for making the time it takes to heal. And I cannot put a number on my love of life on earth, but it's high time to remember what it's worth. Whenever noise recedes, that's when common needs, that's when our common needs are revealed. Not to merely survive, but care to grow and thrive. Care for all we love is alive within us. And there are those who put the number on the price of human care, but shocked out of our slumber, we're aware that the profit of the fraction of those who dominate in greed will not dictate our reaction to need. In these times I see just what matters to me, and just what matters to me is care.
Yes. Thank you. What a perfect way to end this conference with this concert with that beautiful song, Bonnie. And you sound fabulous. Okay. You're just like singing that song and I'm hearing your voice, loving it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks to each and every one of you.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Elise, we're not done.
We're not done?
No, you're supposed to sing now.
Joni, I know that.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
I just happen to have this piece of paper here that somebody gave me that like listed the things. And so this is not my first rodeo. I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm going to say each and every one of you that the work that we have done and we've been called to do is to change, to bring the change. And I love the phrase honoring the past to change the future. Vote as we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day. 1,000,000 darkened kitchens, 1,000 mill lofts gray are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses. For the people hear us singing bread and roses, bread and roses. Thank you, PMN. Thanks to the ancestors, the ones who stepped off the ships, ones who are already here, the ones who dreamed of this day and willed us to be here. Peace, blessings, and keep up the good work. See you, family.
Thank you, Elise.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you so much.
Unmute and applaud.
Yes. So my co-host Marcie had to go off to work because that's what us human beings do. All right. But I want to publicly thank Marcie. We pulled this together in a really short time. I want to thank all of you for all your amazing, amazing, amazing work. Elise, thank you so much. Judy, thank you for the emceeing at the very beginning. Thank you to all of you. This is like the first annual PMN Women's History Concert. All right, so be planning for next year. And where is he? Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
There he is.
Audience.
Wait. I have a song. I have a song for Ben. I have a song for Ben.
Do it.
We are sending you light to heal you, to hold you. We are sending you light to hold you in love. I'm supposed to sing it 3 times. I'm just going to end there. But you know we're sending you light, brother.
Thank you, Elise.
It's straight to the throat. We're sending it straight to the throat.
Yeah, take it easy there.
Gun dog in a rig, yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to say that. I just like, you slay me. Slay.
Are you guys still live streaming?
And thanks to our friends and family who joined us. I mean, there are people I know from back in the past who are on tonight. I was like, oh my God.
So Ben, should we cut off the live stream? Bye everybody on the live stream.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Joni. Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
I saw your message, Elise, and I will connect you with Denise Vokoun, who made that beautiful quilt that you're interested in using.
Yeah, I just want to use that quote. I mean, it's just perfect for, the Southern School of Women Workers that's coming up. So yeah, let me know.
Yeah, I'll put you in touch with her, and then you can, work whatever it is out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sister. That's beautiful.
Looks like we are still live streaming, just so everybody knows.
I mean, the mix between the live and the recording was just beautiful. I mean, it's just what a wonderful, wonderful mix. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna say good night.
Me too. Bye-bye.
Stay
Bye,
well.
everybody. Great to see you guys. Great to hear you guys. Thank you, audience.